It's Molly Picklum, our reigning world champion, current number 2 in the world, taking on Tyler Wright, who is current number 10 in the world. Now Tyler, with 2 world titles herself, that'd be something that Molly would really want to work towards right now. She's going to take the first wave of this semi-final right now, wipes that speed off, gets in the pocket, but unfortunately just didn't get that rail pulling back around there for Molly.
I don't know. I've been having kind of some poor heat strategy. I don't really get started until the later half of the heat. So I'd like to kind of learn from that and do a little better in this final, but I am grateful for the years of experience just helping me.
Or Molly Picklum. Molly using priority here. So no scores on the board as of yet, but Mol like the look of this one. Pacing this wave. You can see not really connecting with the section yet. It's fast looking wave down the line here. Now drives into a big looking carve here for Molly. Let's see this inside section bowl up for her. She's going to get into it. Felt like it was slightly late there for Molly. She's still interested in down the line, but she's going to kick out there.
Really at the end, I love personally that Molly is able to draw her carves out so long and wide. She gains all this speed, takes the brakes off the car, comes into this and just lays it over. That's a sick carve.
And then through this inside, I've just felt like maybe it's so hard. That section is actually really hard to read. So she did the best that she could with that. There was almost like a side wobble into it. She's going to go pretty ham when she can open up here. Tyler Wright's turn now. Could get a little bit of distance in front of Molly here. If she can complete this one start to finish, hooks into a big carve here for Tyler Wright. And again, driving hard. She just looks like she's having so much fun. It looks like she's on a surf trip. What? Drives even harder through this inside section here for Tyler Wright. Let's see if there's another little bowl through this inside track of the reef. Gets the completion. We know that for sure, but what about those 2 big hooks out the back? Dog's happy, Leo's happy, Connor's happy. I would be too. That was a sick wave from start to finish.
The punch turn and a floater over the section, but Tyler is able to take this turn into this next turn where she ratchets down and releases right at the end in that carve. That's amazing surfing and does it again. So Tyler, great read on this wave, got a lot of energy and friction in the lip, which ultimately became a lot of spray. So just a phenomenal ride.
Oh my gosh, there was just so much power in those calves, and they were so tightly coiled in the pocket as well. You're so right. I was just in shock calling that wave because I wasn't expecting those turns to have so much venom in them. Look at that pivot point. That is so tightly coiled there. So Tyler just picking these moments and just unleashing them, and it really speaks to how hard she's pushing on her board too because of the amount of water that's coming off the back of it as well. To me, this is vintage Tyler Wright right now.
Yeah, it feels like she's clicking into those gears that we love seeing her click into. She has a wrap and that she allows a release at the very end of the wrap.
Go in the momentum of crowning some champions today. Molly Picklum only needs a 381, but probably needs something a lot bigger than that. Big opening swoop. And I look away for a second and she went down on that wave there, and that's Chris Bond. And
her boards always look very good. Obviously, she's been a little bit bobbly in this heat, but what are they?
She usually is on either a Lightning or a Juliet. I'm going to get back to that in a second. Tyler here, raced for a while. Oh my goodness, hacks into such a nice first turn here. You can see, like I mentioned before, just looks like she's having so much fun. Pushes hard on the tail again. Now gets really funky with it. Just sets the fins free on the end of a good-looking carve here for Tyler Wright. Bowls up again. What can she do? Jam on the tail for yet another time on this wave here. Tyler Wright just is not even concerned about anyone else in her heat right now other than surfing these really fun waves. What an incredible backup score right now, Tanner.
Wow. You know what? We were saying it, right? She feels like she's loosening up. Her approach is getting even more radical. Exclamation point in a pocket that wasn't going to give it to her if she didn't put that emphasis there. So watch this. This is cool. She sets the line perfectly, times it, relaxes, goes past that first section to then produce that, which starts the rhythm of this wave. And this has a lot of rib on it. You had to do a great job of not forcing anything and allowing yourself the pocket. And she did that time and time again. That turn right there releases the fins. Like you said, Jesse, that's iconic Tyler Wright we're seeing. She's tapping into the good form and putting another good score on the board.
she just, I know we use this word a lot, but she just seems to be having so much fun. She's so creative in her surfing, and I feel like maybe over the last few years potentially lost a little bit of that creativity, but after having it some time off and healing an injury and traveling with a really cool crew that she has a lot of respect for and pays a lot of kind of tribute to with these good results, you can see Tyler Wright is just enjoying professional surfing at its finest right now.
Definitely multiple times in a day on finals day.
Here we go, Molly. Needs, like I mentioned, a 933. Has to be the best wave of the entire women's event here. Draws out a second carve. This is a bigger looking set here. You can see, puts that back arm back, opens up that wingspan and drives again. Let's see how this inside section looks. They've all have had their own kind of unique personality. Connects with the foam here for Molly. It's got more to give down the line here. Pushes for yet another turn. Into it for a completion here for Molly Picklum. So you can see and hear that the crowd loved it for Molly.
Find a slower rhythm through it. She relaxed through a lot of these turns, and I think she had to because it wasn't drawing off the water the same way that Tyler's were, which were giving very punchy pockets. So she utilized longer arcs in the beginning part of this wave and came across some good maneuvers doing that, but then it became in the back part of this wave where she was able to bounce off of a lot of foam balls, and I think it's a good ride.
I do too. I love those carves as well. I feel like every single one had a unique amount of variety to it as well. Sometimes carves can get really repetitive, but Molly getting to, or even having that ability to make different carves repertoire,
yeah,
I think is a pretty unique thing that Molly has. Yes,
and the tricky thing is the perspective of the surfer looking down the line, and you see these big oncoming sections at the very end of these waves. It creates a sense of urgency in your maneuvers, and you start to wrap things tighter and shorter so you can just get to those final moves. And I think Molly did a really great job of relaxing in those turns and not even forcing it. I thought that turn she did before that last one was going to be the last on this wave, and she got 2 additional turns. So
Molly is going to take this wave under the priority here for Tyler. Wow. Opens up that wingspan, really draws into it here for Molly. It's got to bowl down this next section. She's going to hook into it. It's going to cup out again for Molly Picklum here. A ride out is crucial. She's going to get it. 3 big turns here for Molly. It also adds to the drama of all of it, but there was definitely a level up of intensity there from Molly. So this is a crucial wave right now for Tyler Wright. If she can surf this better, it's going to make that requirement harder for Molly right now. So Tyler, she's going to kick out.
But Tyler's not going to wait for it.
No, she's not. And I love the fact that she's just in attack mode right now. There's this first turn, but check out the bowl through this mid part of the wave. Again, just getting that tail so loose, driving hard through yet another incredible carve here from Tyler Wright. You can see this is that little bit of water that draws off the rock and makes it a bit hard to read through this inside section, but Tyler has pretty well had it on lock this entire event. Goes into it, okay, drifts the fins around for a finishing turn there. She likes it, so Dog, he loves it as well. Molly still with a score to drop. Molly Picklum, unfortunately, out of competition. She's going to head to Brazil, where she's the defending champion, but Tyler Wright, we haven't seen her in a final for a really long time. Obviously, she won at Pipeline at the start of last season, but...
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Tyler, congratulations. Great heat. I mean, you backed it up right at the end, too. You did improve, but you didn't know at that point whether or not Molly was getting the score. How'd you feel surfing that wave right at the end, especially with the emotion at the end of that wave? Congratulations into your second final here.
Thank you. Yeah, Leo said it was on the money, like it was right. He was like, look, but... It's close. So he's like, get one more. And I knew when she took that wave, I've had enough heats out there to know that it was a small wave. There wasn't going to be much for me to improve. Yes, I could have blocked for sure. However, when I was feeling the ocean, I just felt like there was more in it and there was more to come and more to choose from. So I went with sort of what I felt with 4 minutes on the clock. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I backed my intuition there because it really paid off that last one. Like there was a couple turns that I was so nervous on because I was like, oh my gosh, it's got the score, it's got the better than the 5.8. And so I'm really glad that I stuck with that and had that mentality towards the end.
Congratulations, best of luck in the final.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good one.
Guys.